Austria 1959. This is a clip of a skiing holiday in Kitzbühel. Started out in St Leonards-on-Sea, Burnett Court, with Daphne and Chris coming out of the apartment block and into the car. Chris at boarding school in Ballslow, and this is Molly and George Stackpool's house. Molly's Daphne's sister, and we used to stay there during the school holidays while Ray and Daphne were back in Cyprus. Very nice little place. And here we have Molly and her son Guy Stackpool, who was contemporary of Derek's. And here's Major George Stackpool. And now we're on the Côte d'Azur ferry boat, and we're headed off across the channel. Here we have Guy, Daphne, Michael lined up at the railing with Sue in the orange coat and Derek, Chris in the blue cap with the red bubble. And the train journey down to Kitzbühel, where we'd been already the year before. And this is supposed to be our train arriving, but in fact we're already there. Here's a pan of the village. I'm sure it's grown a lot since then. And we were staying in a pension where we'd have most of our meals. And then every day we'd walk across the town to the ski school and have our lesson with a private ski instructor called Sepp, who was very pleasant. And here's the river that runs through the town of Kitzbühel. And various shots of the red and white Austrian flag. I think this was perhaps a race day. That's the pension we were staying at, and here we have probably Derek and Michael walking off, mission shopping, snowy streets, not many cars, a lot of people walking around. And Daphne in the blue, Guy following her. And here's a car. Yes. There's the sign to the ski school. And here we are walking across the railway tracks onto the nursery slopes with Chris following Daphne. Chris in the red bubble and the red hat. Aged 9. Ray walking up a nursery slope to the class assembly point, with the ski lifts in the background. And a lot of people there, each of them gathered under the flag of their respective class. And there are the different classes lined up on the nursery slope. And the instructor would do a quick demonstration, and then everybody else would try and copy him one by one. And he'd comment, that's Guy in the orange bubble hat. This is Chris doing stem turns and snow plows. Very good. Nice. Yes. Here comes Guy. And this looks like Guy again. Funny how you can recognise people from their style. Derek. Oh, looking a bit trim there. Stem Christie, that was called. That little smart turn. A Christie was a turn where you actually jumped the uphill ski down parallel to the lower ski halfway through the turn. And the family follows down with Daphne very tidily bringing up the rear, and Ray later on. So we've all got red hats. Guy in the black, Michael in the glasses, and the brown, that's Sep the instructor. And here's Sep showing us how to do parallel turns. And we're supposed to come down and do the same thing after him. So here is the cable car going up the Kitzbühler Hohenbahn, and there we are in the cable car headed off up to the top of the highest mountain. This is the top of the cable car, the top cable car station, with a cable car coming in, probably holding about 15 to 20 people maybe. And here's the lovely sunny terrace of the restaurant at the top. Beautiful view, lovely sun, and the family sitting down for a well-deserved lunch, no doubt. Sauerkraut and Kartoffel. Lots of meat and potatoes in Austria, and sauerkraut. Sauerkraut was pretty good, actually, and I think we were drinking probably some kind of sweet Coca-Cola imitation. Maybe Ray and Daphne were drinking wine, Austrian wine, before going back onto the slopes in the afternoon. Could be quite dangerous. And here's some people coming up on a meat hook. Don't recognise yet who it is. Could be Daphne, yes, Daphne in her smart blue anorak. And Ray maybe walking off into the distance there. Lovely treeless slopes, must be beautiful powder skiing all around there. But we weren't very skilled in those days. Stuck mostly to the pistes. And usually we're always out only with the instructor, unless we were messing about on the nursery slopes at the end of the day. But you have to get to know your mountains to ski safely. And 1 week really isn't that long to get familiar with an area the size of Kitzbühel. Some years later, I remember they had an Winter Olympic Games at Kitzbühel. So they were obviously quite keen. Here's the family putting on their skis. Still in the soft leather boots with lace-ups. And here we are setting off. Now you'll notice the new style, which was skis very parallel, and the candlestick holding of the ski sticks was supposed to be being replaced by kind of a sideways shoulder set being demonstrated by Michael there. Followed by Daphne and Guy. And there's Ray. And you see the both of the sticks are now sort of held off to one side, so that you're facing downhill rather than straight ahead. And here we are off on one of the treks to the top of some secret slope, probably. Ooh, very nice. So here we have a little bit of ski jumping. Ray, followed by Michael. Well, no, that's Ray. Now who have we got? Yep. Maybe Derek or Guy. And now downtown is decked out in the red and white flags. It must be race day. They maybe had an FIS race competition there. Yes, very much. big crowd come out to watch the slalom and the finish of the downhill. Here's the zeal, and here's the first skier coming down, straight down the slope to the finish. Pretty fast for those days, very nice, yes. We were just in absolute admiration of these people. Whoops! No, that's just so unfair. He crashed just before the finish. The number 13. It was rather nasty, that bump there, just at the transition from the slope to the flat. Caught a lot of people out because they're going their fastest there. Oh, here we have. Oh, yes, a little bit more cautious. Not taking the whole slope in one. Oh no, another one comes to grief. I think Ray must have chosen this spot, particularly because of the crashes that were happening. Wow. Seemed a lot of people got taken out by that one. Now onto the slalom. Much shorter slope. And what? And here we've got some more unknown people. Ray must have spent a while doing these photographs to have some images of what really good skiers were up to at that time. It looks as if they've got it pretty much together. And here's a slow motion shot of the slalom.
So were you watching these races as well?
Yeah, yeah. And of course, compared to today, the stuff you see on the Olympics, and that's Derek in the black jersey, Guy in the red, and Daphne in the blue anorak in the background, Sue in the orange parka, getting back on the train to go back up to Dover, across Austria into France. There's everybody. Michael in the second window with Derek and Guy. And everybody going off.